Welcome back to Seriously, the Claudia Project. Today is National Girlfriend's Day, which means it's a day to celebrate, but if you're anything like me, you haven't made the time for your friends in a long time because of life, because of work, because of kids, because of family, whatever the case may be. And so today we're going to talk through why these friendships are so important, why it's important to make time for them, and how to actually do that without stressing yourself out. So, if you watched yesterday's episode, you know I was having a little bit of a mental breakdown because of some stuff going on in my life, construction and change and not keeping up with things. And I would not have gotten through yesterday without like a very solid group of girlfriends to be able to call, to like walk me off the cliff, some to walk me onto the cliff, which you need from time to time, and like let me jump off like Kermit the Frog. If you guys remember that meme from a few years ago, just like, I'm gonna jump, and you got that girlfriend that's like, girl, jump off that cliff, right? So these friendships are so important. They keep you grounded. They remind you of who you are. They remind you of why you're doing the things that you're doing, and it's important to nurture those. If you're anything like me, and I know most of you are, life has been busy and you forget how important these relationships are to you, and you start creating a family or goals in life and you forget to reach out to people, and then you feel guilty for not reaching out, so then you don't reach out even longer. And I think the most important thing for us to remember is most people are not as worried about it as you are, mainly because they are also living their lives and they're also doing all of the things that they need to get done, and they're probably feeling the exact same way. So some helpful tips to get back to those friendships and make sure that you're keeping them up and sustaining them, and also acknowledging that some of the relationships that you used to put a lot of work into before are not relationships that you need anymore, and that's okay. And so maybe the beginning of this exercise is figuring out which relationships are the ones that are really important to you right now and finding time to make sure that those are in your schedule day to day. I think I'm going to get hit by Alexis, which is no good for the purpose of the vlog, you know what I mean? Anyway, so after we find the list, remember why friendship is important. Emotional support, just really companionship outside of like something that you actually need, helping someone else. It really gives you time to like not think about yourself and really help someone else out. Like, depending on the day, the circle of my friends that I talk to all the time, like somebody's having a mental breakdown because that's just how life kind of works. But we have to decide whose mental breakdown at the time is more important, and a lot of times it's not yours. And so it gives you a little bit of a break to think about what other people have going on and remind you that maybe what you're dealing with isn't that important, and both of you can get through this together. And it's like, oh, well, the last time this happened to you, remember we said X, Y, and Z, and this time, very funnily, yesterday my girlfriend said something to me and I was like, I don't want to do that. And she was like, this is the exact advice you gave me when I was going through this. I'm like, yeah, sounds good. I don't want to do it. So it like lightened the mood. Both of us got to laugh, and it helped me with perspective, which is important. Things you can do today to celebrate Girlfriend's Day is, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not a voice note girl. I hate them. Whenever my friends send them to me, I just read them and then I respond because it's just too much. It's like listening to a voicemail. I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna read the transcribe, right? But you can send a voice note out. You can send a small group text to your girlfriends and say Happy National Girlfriend's Day, and like tell them how much you love them. I think that you should definitely do something that is least resistant to you. So whatever you're comfortable with. If you want to FaceTime every single girlfriend you have and tell them that you love them, I say go for that too. I'm a FaceTime girl personally, which is why we started a podcast with video, because this is my preferred, message on how to get things out. Other things you can do, I think micro dates are a really good idea. So maybe start with one friend today on National Girlfriend's Day and invite her to coffee or invite her for your morning walk. Send her flowers. I was having a really hard day yesterday and my best friend sent me flowers out of nowhere. So I'm going to send her flowers today because, again, both of us are going through things and she deserves that reminder that I love her too. So you don't have to spend money, but if you've got some extra cash, Maybe send all your friends $5 Starbucks gift cards today with a happy girlfriends post. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's a wonderful idea, Claudia. Thank you for that. Other ideas is schedule a Zoom for all your friends to get together. All types of ideas, things that you guys love to do together. Maybe all go to dinner. Maybe you plan a time for a few of you to get together a month from now, because we live real lives and planning something last minute is not really what anyone can do. Plan a date to cook dinner over Zoom together. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Either way, take the time today to reach out to your friends, remind them that you love them, remind them why y'all are together, and start scheduling something in your calendar. There's nothing wrong with reminders, friends. So I'm not very good at this, so I have to do it sometimes, but every Monday, pick a few friends that you're going to reach out to make sure you hold that connection and that you keep those relationships strong, and then do standing dates and go ahead and put it on the calendar. I've got lunch dates and dinners with friends for like months. This weekend I'm going to Nashville with a girlfriend of mine who lives in another city, and we planned it a year ago. Like when where did we go last year? Austin maybe? I don't remember where we were last year, but last year we went to Austin, let's say, and we planned next year because we don't have a lot of time to see each other, and that's the only way we can make sure it happens. And even when the time came around this year, we had to readjust the dates, but because it was already on the calendar, it was far easier to hold them. And so I'm so excited to see her, because I honestly, more than ever, need this weekend with her to just be able to get away, talk about college, talk about things that are going on in both of our lives, and then keep going. And she's one of those friendships where it's like, it doesn't matter how much time has passed, it's like we never missed a beat, which is exactly what you want in your friendships. It's okay if friendship is hard and you're like, look, I don't really have that many friends, I only have like one or two. Or even if it's not one or two, maybe you feel like you have no friends. I think it's important today to challenge yourself on that, and make the first effort to maybe start looking into the relationships you have and figuring out how you can either make those be sustainable friendships where there's actually something for you to hold on to, or start looking around the people who you interact with every day and figure out if there are people around you that you could become friends with. I hear people sometimes say like, no new friends, and it's like all this stuff, but in my mind, the truth is with friendship, it evolves, and like you're changing every day. And so the friends that you had in college might not be the friends that you're supposed to be spending time with right now. And the only way for you to find friends that are involved in what you've got going on is to start making new connections. This will help you grow and also be better. Now, I am someone who is like very, is lucky the word? I don't know. But I have very good friends from college and beyond that have grown with me over the years, have seen me change, and we have all just kind of like grown together. And so those are relationships that I want to cultivate, and so that's what I'm going to be doing over the next 6 months. And I challenge you to like get out of your own way, because don't let the internet trick you into thinking that you don't need people to survive. I mean, technically, I guess you don't, but it makes it far more fun, and that's okay to be okay with. So, National Girlfriend's Day. I mean, I guess, guys, if you're watching, it's National Girlfriend's Day, so take your girlfriend out on a date. I don't understand what the difficulty is with you guys and like just sending a text and being like, hey, we should go to dinner next Thursday. She deserves it. Send that girl some flowers. But this is really about friendship, not about y'all's relationship. So I'm sorry, ladies, can't help you any more than that little note. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing and listening. I know some of you are on Apple. I know some of you are on Spotify. Most of you, all 15 of you, are on YouTube, and we appreciate you every day. And seriously, we'll be back tomorrow with another episode with a friend. So Candace will be on our walk tomorrow, which will be really exciting in Nashville and another place. But that's it. National Girlfriend's Day. it's a day that really should matter. It's like, I'm calling it a national holiday, you know? Make the time, talk to your friends, enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful Friday, guys. Bye.